Uh-oh, my struts are worn out. It's not holding up anymore.
Hey, Bear! Hey, Bear! Let's get to work. Oh, man.
Well, today I'm going to show you how to replace these gas struts, whether it's a toolbox, cabinet doors, or whatever else you got your struts hooked up to. And I'm going to show you, if you can't find the identification on the old strut, how to select a new strut. Let's begin. First thing we're going to do is remove the old struts. These ball heads usually have some kind of clamp like this that you just pull out of the way. It'll unlock the ball and you can just pull this out. So what you do here, do like this, do like this, and you'll pull it out of the way. Sometimes you can get it to stay, sometimes it might spring off. Like that, and it'll come right off. So let's get this one off. Okay, I checked the internet for all the numbers on here and I couldn't find any good cross references. So basically I had to start from scratch on how to figure out what a good replacement is. First, you'll want to measure the strut fully open from the center of each ball pivot point. So let's go over here. And looks like we're at 10 inches, 10 1/8 inches. To measure it fully compressed, I'm going to show you the obvious way and then test out what you might actually need. So, got this fully compressed and 7 inches. But one thing you might not know is this the correct size you need? Because if it's not, you might find a more appropriately sized strut. Now, these are sold by different specs. It's going to be the ballpoint head size. You need the open and closed size, and you also need to measure the force. But the problem with an old one is you don't know exactly how much force this originally gave, because now it's much weaker since it's wore out. Regular bathroom scale to the rescue. So what I'm going to do with the old one, I'm just going to push it till it engages, and it's saying it's taking 11.4 pounds of pressure to close this. And it's pretty constant pressure, so it'll be the same measurement no matter what length you're at. What we're going to do now is measure the force fully open and then almost all the way closed. You can use whatever you got size to fit that'll push on this bathroom scale and will reach the ball. Okay, we got the scale, it's calibrated to 0, and I'm going to lift up until I can get this under the ball and let the full weight push down on the scale. It's reading 17.8 pounds. Now at this point, there's going to be the least amount of force required, because most of this is vertical, and if you know physics a little bit, it's not going to push down a lot of force. But when most of the weight is outside the pivot, it's going to push down a lot more. So I'm going to resize this with this almost all the way closed and take another weight reading. And let's check the weight. 19.2. So roughly 20 pounds. Next I'm going to weigh the pivot in millimeters. And we come out to 10 millimeters. So what do we have so far? We've got 10 inches extended, 7 inches collapsed, 10 millimeter ball point, about 20 pounds of pressure. So let's see how the replacement works. You want to install the strut with the shaft facing down as much as possible, whether it's like this, so the lubrication inside the housing will keep the shaft lubricated. Just going to fit it over here. Okay, we're locked in. So let's see what we're, oh no, look, it's not holding it up. Did we miscalculate? Nope, we have two. So remember, the force you need if you have two struts, it's going to be divided by 2. So I'm going to install the other one on the other side. I'm using this Arana our gas strut experts off Amazon, and let's put that strut on. Got both the struts installed, so let's see how she closes. That is perfect. Too little force and the door would just fall down. Just the right force, this will pretty much stay wherever you put it. Too much force, it'll spring up like this really hard, and also if you're using too much force, it's going to put stress on the pivot hinges. So this really done really well. This toolbox, even though I didn't have the exact part number for the replacements or any cross references, I was able to measure and get the right size struts. Let's give this one more close. See, not even touching it. Open and shut case.
Come by for more DIY.